Hey gang, welcome back to another video. We're in Crystal Palace Park today for another cyclocross race. If you haven't subscribed, you should. We are the best channel on the internet for cyclocross videos.
And anything.
Wait, which way round do they go?
Not that one.
Cool.
Don't turn, then turn the rear wheel and the tyre.
Confusion. So after like a big week of rain, Crystal Palace is dry. So that's cool. We spent Friday. Well, to be honest,
I spent Friday.
Jake spent Friday. Well, actually it's fine.
At 9:30 in the evening.
Actually, everything's fine because yesterday it was worth it because yes, there was mud on the course
There was
yesterday.
some mud yesterday.
There was some mud on the course yesterday, and it obviously paid off because something happened yesterday.
Oh, what happened, Phoebe? Can you just tell me who came third in yesterday's race?
Phoebe.
Phoebe?
It was me.
I know her!
No.
What?
Not in the whole race, just in the seniors.
It's okay. Shh.
But this is fun. That's good though. Still.
That's good.
And I didn't cry, and I had the bloody best.
You did cry, Phoebe.
Oh my god! Sorry, I cried, but like happy crying, and I had the bloody best time ever. I don't really want to be video doing this because I do this in ways that people don't like. I use tire levers. I raced really well, and the whole time I was racing, I was like talking to myself, like, remember your training. It was like something from Star Wars. And then I feel a lot less nervous today, to be honest.
There we go.
I just feel fine. Like I just feel really excited to go and ride my bike.
So how's the course, guys?
Acorns, dry.
Dry acorns. Phoebe, what are your only 2 words on the course?
Acorns.
Not allowed to use mine.
Fast and slow.
Perfect. That was
fast and fun.
fast
And furious.
I was hoping for mud. And so I have mud tyres. And I like the mud, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but
So there's no mud.
there's no mud.
Go on, Emma. The gap's big. You've got this.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Stay calm. You fucking got this, Emma. Oh, let's go! Get on the back!
smile for the camera.
Get this on camera, mate. My last.
Hell no, of course you're not.
This will be the first country that actually won.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh my god!
You smashed it!
That means...
Well done. That is fucking amazing. So proud of you. That was so good. Nat, run! Fuck it, just fuck them. This is more important.
I didn't just want to see it as I went the whole thing.
They haven't even crossed the finish line yet.
Yeah.
And my chain came off at the last lap.
Yeah, you had like over a minute, Caroline.
So good.
I think I exceeded my expectations of myself. I'm really proud of my body. Because it's mad, when I stop riding, it like shows me just how much it was doing before I stopped. You know, it's crazy, like 1 minute I'm like almost sprinting and then next like I'm on the floor, and it's just, I'm like proud of my body for being able to do that when clearly what it wanted was to lie down on the floor. That was a lot of fun. I think I beat a few people I didn't expect to beat, so happy with that. I'm like not where I want to be yet, but I feel like I'm on schedule, you know? Didn't come off my bike, was sending it. Did you see me send it down this section?
No.
That was so fun. I loved it. Yeah, that's the best part of the course. Post-race interview over.
I'm sorry, but like my mental health, stunk. Like the stock market.
What, from racing?
Yeah, I had the best time ever.
Yay!
I think this is it for my depression. See ya, Fluoxetine.
You're literally going to be one of those people now that like, have you tried exercise?
Can I give a shout out to that family?
Yeah.
I think it's the Graves family. They are like, there's like 2 young boys and a mum and a dad, and they like every time I race they're like, Phoebe, and I'm like, thank you so much.
They're
it's like
wonderful.
when it's like imagine having your family here for every single race. That is how great.
Are you going to
it
get adopted?
Maybe. I felt really strong for the first like couple of laps, and then I bonked, which is fine. Like, to be honest, I'm not too stressed about it. Like, I think actually I raced well considering, and even if I hadn't raced yesterday, I'm happy with how I raced because I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had like a lot of fun. The course was really fun. The hill was horrible, but I was like, it'll pass.
It was a real drag, wasn't it?
Every time there was an opportunity to like kind of like get out of the saddle and power up something, I just made sure I did it.
Amazing.
And I feel like suffer, and then I'm quite good at like short, like just getting up stuff.
Yeah.
Jake was saying earlier, he was like, watching you race like this weekend in comparison to like before is just like a complete complete difference. So I'm not gonna lie, in terms of like bikes,
Yeah.
best weekend I've ever had. My mindset has just like completely changed and I've just had like the best time. So sorry that I've been really sad and like crying all the other videos, but like I love bikes and I'm so glad that I stuck it out, even though I was crying on the turbo trainer. Honestly, I was so happy I could cry.
Yeah.
I love you, I love this hunk of chunk, I love you, I love that boy. I love bikes! It's very nice. Chaz ran after me with his baby. Did he do that with you?
No,
So I was coming up
rude.
the outside and he was
That
like,
was my baby
running
run.
with his baby and I was like, baby! I was like, hi, come this way, come this way. Do you want some tips?
No, not really.
I started so good. I was like, I'm gridded so far back because my gridding is all from results from last year where I'm like chronically ill and asleep and vomiting all the time. That's kind of screwed me for gridding this year. But I was like, whatever, like get a good start, just get through all the madness. I did, and then there was like a big crash in front of me and I just had to like wait for what felt like an hour, but it was probably like 4 seconds. I don't really mind the bad gridding, like, cause I get a bit of a buzz from trying to filter through at the start, and I nailed it today and I was like, yeah. And then like had to wait for a while. I was like, that meant nothing now, but oh well.
Do you want me to hold anything, Declan?
Oh no, this is fine.
I'll just help. Okay, I'll just help by pointing the camera.
Yeah, you just stand there and get contact. Jesus Christ. I'll be careful this time.
Use someone else's track pump. No, don't use that again. Don't use
I
it!
didn't go into last year as like fit, but I don't think my results are particularly better this year. So now I'm hopefully seeing it as like early season cross races are just getting that like back up. But like before we went to the Tour de France fam, I was the fittest I've ever been. My training peaks was the highest it's ever been. I didn't touch a bike for 2 weeks. The fitness dropped 30 and I've been like trying to claw it back up, but just not quite getting there. He dresses better than I do.
Yeah,
Like significantly.
Check out this fit.
Fit check, he's like this.
Did you film that?
If I'm
What happened
what?
there, Grant?
What happened?
I didn't just fall over.
Yeah.
I was battling for third,
Good. What?
but then over there I crashed. I hit an acorn and my back wheel fell out.
The acorns
Them
here, I'm
acorns,
sorry.
man.
They are absolutely savage.
Where did you come in the end?
Fourth.
That's good. Did you race
Better
as
than
well?
us.
Yeah, I got second.
We need to be taking some tips off you guys.
Hi. Good deal. There we go. That'll make all the difference to your race. done. Well recovered. Lacquer! Good job.
It's a hard course, but it's like, it's just pure like power basically, isn't it?
Basically, up the climb's the bit that makes the difference. Did you see me nearly fall off? Yeah, right. I jumped the barriers and landed like there and fell back off. Kept running and jumped back on.
I saw a bunch of people eat it there. A lot of people ate it hard too. One guy to get off.
Oh really?
Of course, yeah.
He just went too fast into the barriers.
Yeah. On that, it goes downhill and he skidded out, and yeah, it's bad.
Did you race today? Yes, I did.
And how was your race?
Well, I didn't come really like first. I didn't even see the finish flag when I finished.
You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Good racing, man.
Have fun?
Yeah, as you can tell.
How was it?
Very hard, but very fun, yeah. Dry course, power course. You know, if I didn't stack it a couple of times, it would have been even better.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I dropped my train first.
Yeah.
And then I tried to get it back on and I slid out twice in 2 corners, but I mean, I still finished pretty strong, I think.
That was tough. Yeah, had to work for that.
Dan and Grant beat me. Yeah. One more lap and I would have closed onto them, but I should have gone and tried to follow Grant. This time around, I was like doing a lot better at learning the course.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, why am I braking into this corner? I know I can carry speed through this corner. And like, I got better at the course, and that made a big difference towards the end. That I was closing on them, so I was riding the course really nicely, which I don't always do. But at the time, I have one line, I have one way of riding, and I do that again and again and again, and it's not necessarily fastest. There's like 2 corners. The last 2 corners before you came back across the skate park, you could just go flat out into, and for the first half I was braking into it, and I was like, why?
The first few laps were a bit like dodgy, and then I got into it a little bit, making up quite a lot of ground on the climb, where I could just put the power down. And then like,
I hate the people like you in my race.
I can go fast in a straight line, and then when it starts going around corners, it was just like,
okay, bye.
It was like the elastic was just like stretching out.
Forgot I crashed, and now my neck really hurts.
I think he looks like Matthew Van Der Poel.
I think you look like Shrek.
She's not wearing the waistcoat.
Need some?
I was coming back to you. Why didn't you ease up?
I did ease up.
I told him to.
Because you went with Benji.
I went with Benji and got a gap. And then when Benji dropped me, I tried to hold on as long as I could, and Dan started reeling me in.
Yeah, he did, because Dan attacked me.
Okay.
And Gap bridged up to you within about a lap.
So I sat up basically because I wanted to try and get some recovery in whilst Dan caught me. I let him lead us into the last lap. He went up the last hill as hard as he could, and then when we got to the top and I was still on his wheel, he literally looked at me and went, "That's me then." I dive bombed him into the last corner and just took the sprint. You take the easy bits easy and the hard bits hard. Like that bit should have been ridden easy because there's such a speed limit on it.
Yeah.
You can't go any faster. So pushing, you're just going to make mistakes. Whereas if you actually slow up.
And you were coming into the hill.
Yeah, you flow and then you get into the hill and then just go everything. Yeah. And then you can recover because this bit again had a speed limit.
It is light as fuck.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? Oh my god, glasses! No! Look at my hair!
You'll regret that! Drive!
I want my picture!
I love you. What did you think of your tyre choice today in the end?
Perfect, actually. I think
What were you running?
intermediates. I was running the Griffos.
Intermediates.
Good choice.
Yeah, I thought there was plenty of grip out there.
What tyres were you running on?
The classic combination of a mud on the back and an intermediate on the front. Which was a product of convenience, unfortunately, not choice. Not ideal. I did feel a little bit slow, but I always feel a little bit slow. No, I have a real important question, right? YouTube comments, come at me. Is a mud tyre good for acorns?
No, I don't think it's good for acorns, if I'm honest.
Why?
I don't think anything. You're not going to get grip off of anything. I think if it's picking your tyre off of the floor whilst you're trying to get grip, regardless of what it is, it's just going to slip over it. Unless the knobs are bigger than the acorn, you're not in contact with the ground.
Okay, so in a hypothetical situation where you did a cyclocross course that was exclusively acorns, what tyre would you go for?
Oh, I'd still go for a mud. I'd try and go for the grippiest tyre I could, but I don't think it would help.
So it sounds like you think that mud tyres are good for acorns.
Would you run slicks on exclusively acorns?
I reckon because they cut in.
Cut in more, push them out of the way. Run a 23 mil, 100 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, tubs.
That was Crystal Palace Cyclocross, organised by Brixton Cycles. I ended up taking home 8th overall.
Wait, I think you need to say out of how many for your race.
Oh, out of 108 or something like that.
I thought it was just 100. I think you're pushing it a little bit there. Top 10% in the world.
10% in the Crystal Palace world, in the world of London.
Yeah.
And Honor did really well as well.
I mean, for a weakling, I've got no power to play with, so in that sense, I'm well chuffed,
Yeah, it was actually quite a power heavy course.
It was.
Hopefully when things get a bit more technical, a bit slower, a bit
muddier,
yeah,
yeah,
we can build on that.
Yeah!